Big news team, I've bet on myself, taking a bit of a gamble. This looks We are fully back in heat wave mode.
Guys, you just see how she speaks to me off camera.
Welcome to another vlog. Where are we? So it's a Monday afternoon actually, and usually I film these little intros in the morning, bright and early. However, this morning my brain wasn't having any of that. If you watched my last episode, you'll have seen that I attended this event called Peckham Food Weekend, which is a fantastic initiative in its third year now, I believe, and it's organized by a restaurant called Mr. Bao, and they basically get restaurants together to offer dishes that are worth £10, with £1 going to charity, and the charity in this case was Peckham Pantry, which is a food poverty charity. So attended that, went to a couple of places, 3 places actually. The initiative and the event itself, fantastic, and I will be going again. And then yesterday I had a fun park day at Hyde Park. It turned out to be a bit of a long day, so then came back and had Wingstop, which I gotta say, at the time, tastes amazing. Afterwards, or the next day, you have a hangover essentially from all the salt. So need to remind myself of that at the time feels, comforting. The next day, anything but. Coming on to this week, we've got 2, not 1 but 2 meals out. I'm definitely doing my classic thing of front loading this month a bit too much, but when you agree to something months ahead, you think, yeah, I won't have much on that week. And then you realize you said yes to something the day before. So anyway, I have 2 dinners in a row. Tonight, it's at a Middle Eastern place called Milk and Honey, I believe. And I first heard it recommended by Jessie Ware and her mom on that podcast. If you're based in the UK and you're a foodie, you'll probably have heard of Table Manners with Jessie Ware and her mom. So they recommend that a lot, and they love that place. And then the second restaurant is in Peckham, Southeast London, again. But the second place tomorrow is a Vietnamese place called La Rai, or Lai Rai, I'm not really sure. But yes, I'm looking forward to that. And obviously we'll document as much as possible. I do have some cooking and editing to do, as always. Hoping to do my sort of 2 short videos and the long form, which you'll be seeing on Sunday. This is going to be another busy one.
And sorry, I don't want to be in your video.
It's just your hand.
The falafel, which is much better hot. So.
Okay. Sorry.
Wow.
This looks it's so much effort to do. The point is no.
Full on. It's been
Amazing.
wow.
And the
Tahini
smell. Morning team. Happy Tuesday. Wanted to come on and say that last night's meal was great. It was so lovely seeing my cousin as well, who's visiting for work. The restaurant is called Honey & Co. Also wanted to clarify that, not Milk and Honey. Milk and Honey did used to be a restaurant, but then shut. Not sure why. Anyway, Honey & Co. Lovely Middle Eastern flavors. Also, it was pretty decent value for money because you got a whole menu of different small dishes and 1 main. The main was huge, and that was $50 per person. Add a dessert and it's $57. But yeah, I think that's pretty decent value. Anyway, just walking to the station now on my way to work. So I'll catch you later.
She might take 5 now. And then I was like, I just raised the answer. Thank God you wanted it. And he was like, oh, it's just that. And he was like, oh, I was like, it's really not. That's real life.
Yes, yeah. Vlogging I like to follow.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like I can't. I feel like that looks like a kind of Dubai chocolate dessert. What's the worst that can happen? What can happen?
Yeah.
Like, they just kick you out. Like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
true.
It's not like a police.
When
Oh dear, I'm not using my chopsticks very well.
Good afternoon, team. I'm on my lunch break and we are fully back in heat wave mode. It is, I think, 33 degrees, so yeah, very, very hot. So I am taking myself to the park to get an iced oat latte. But before I do that, I wanted to jump on and mention last night's meal at La Ray, which I think means a bit of this and a bit of that in Vietnamese. And it was wonderful. Really, really enjoyed the meal. Obviously, the company always makes a meal better. It makes the experience better. But the food on its own was so good. I was very pleasantly surprised. And I say that because lately I've gone to a couple of eateries that I've enjoyed previously, and it just didn't hit the same. Lyra, I haven't been to before, so I don't know. It's just a bit like, I just hope I like it, you know? And I did. That I did. Would definitely go again. Really loved the ambiance and vibes in there as well. They have these like sort of red hued lights that come on when it's darker out. It's a really small restaurant. They have amazing cocktails. I had one that was with mango and with like I believe a hibiscus salt on the rim. To start, we had these amazing prawn lollies, which were so juicy on the inside, and then on the outside, this like delicious crunchy puffed rice. It was great. I'd say we had maybe 5 dishes. Part of that was 2 sides. No, maybe we had 6. Anyway, you'll have seen it in the footage, but one of them was this sticky rice that came in like a block. It almost looked like a fried potato rosti, and it was rice. It was sticky rice that was packed in and deep fried. It was so delicious. Everything surprised us in the best way, and I would definitely go again. And I can see why there's been hype around it. Really, really great experience. Wow, it is hot out here. I'm about to get my iced oat latte. Will take it home with me, continue with work, call it a day. But yeah, I've had sort of 4 meals out in a row, and that's been a lot. Like, I've really craved cooking. I've really craved being at home, even though the nights were amazing, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I think tonight is the night to just chill a bit. I also made for my lunch this really delicious, quick steak flatbread situation that had like Greek flavors. It also had sun-dried tomatoes. It had like a yogurt, garlic, and dill dip thing, or like sauce, that I put all over the steak flatbread. Put some olive tapenade. I forgot to crumble some feta on the top, but if you want to do that, you can do that. Just make sure you don't have that much olive tapenade or that much sun-dried tomatoes, because that's a lot of salt. But yeah, really delicious lunch, and that will be in my shorts shortly. Let's see what I did there. The princess, no, scratch that, the queen on her throne. Hey, is this your anniversary?
How many years was it?
7 years.
Ah.
7 years! Oh my god. I know. So lunch today is these buttered pieces of bread with a layer of that yogurt, of that garlicky yogurt and dill sauce that I made the other day. Then there's smoked salmon, And then there's pickled cucumbers, and which I also made the other day. You can see that in my shorts. And then also added another few dollops of the garlicky yogurt sauce, and then some extra dill, and then some everything bagel seasoning. It looks delightful. The only other thing could have been eggs, but I might make that this weekend. Courgette watch. She's growing. She is. There's others growing there as well. And a more little one here. Tomato check. They're turning yellow. Here's some more. Also, just a side note, they're kind of going out of control. There's some more here, some more here, and here. Yeah, need to figure out a way to sort this and prop it up here. Cute little bunch over here. Big news, team. I've bet on myself, taking a bit of a gamble, bought myself a new camera. Yeah, this is going to be much more discreet. Also, the resolution is going to be way better. It's not going to be shaky footage. Yeah, I'm so excited. I told myself that if I was doing this vlogging stuff for a year, I would get myself this. Not putting too much pressure on it though, because if for whatever reason I'm no longer inspired to do this, which I hope will not be the case, I don't see why it would be, but you never know what can happen. Let's not think about that. I'm excited. So in the next one, you'll be getting some much more crisp footage. Lucky you. Okay, even this small screen has better resolution than my phone screen. So yeah, it's crazy. It looks great. Just charging it and it'll be ready to use in time for the next vlog. Happy Friday, team. Obviously you'll be most likely not watching this on a Friday, but hey ho, it's Happy Friday to me and whoever else is experiencing Happy Friday feels today. This whole thing is topsy-turvy. I was meant to do a morning intro into the day. That's what I usually like to do, but this week, for whatever reason, well, I know the reason, but my social battery is absolutely depleted, and that kind of bleeds into the battery and energy I have for filming in a way. And I guess, like, you know, because I'm not showing food, I'm showing myself, and I don't even know if I can do a full intro on days like that. But here we are. Weekend remains unknown, but I do really want to hit up this food scheme called Turn Up Truck. I should explain what it is. So basically, Turn Up Truck, this lady who's also a content creator bought this food truck, and people can use it as a sort of pop-up venue. So they can hire it out for the weekend, so Friday to Sunday, and yeah, make their own food in it, which I think is such a cool idea. And I've spoken many a time about, you know, the cost for restaurants these days, how difficult it is for hospitality, and things like this really help. So yeah, I really hope that I can go. It's new for this year. I think they've had like 4 or 5 different people, including Seps, I think that's his handle, and he does pop-up tiramisu events, among other things. So he's one of the people that have been featured. And this weekend, there's a content creator, but also sauce and marinade maker called Rachel Ama. I think that's her name. And her marinades and sauces are actually being sold in some supermarkets. I've been following her for a while. She creates amazing content. This weekend, she's at the truck, and I've had it in my calendar for a really long time. It is in King's Cross, which is in North London. I'm not there. So yeah, that's what's holding me back. We shall see. Long intro just to say that it's TBC at the moment. As you know, I always find stuff to fill this with. Also front-loaded this week, obviously quite a bit with restaurants. So that's what happens, I guess. Hello team, I'm back from my walk, and I have just put started the finishing touches on these mango and Why am I forgetting the main ingredients? Mango and yogurt panna cotta. I'm gonna put a bit of tahine on there as well. And I'm also gonna put some crispy coconut flakes as well. Decided just to try something different, a refreshing dessert, and it looks it. It really looks it. Recipe for this will also be in my shorts. Can't wait to tuck in. And also tonight I'm making those beef flatbreads, those Greek style beef flatbreads that I posted a little earlier this week because I've got loads of stuff left over for them, and it's very much summertime. Like I said in the video, summer and flatbreads go very well together. Peas in a pod.